edition of the rebranded Drip Dispatch and Animal Farm Almanac. So you can see I've been in the lab for a bit, and it has been a while since I've done a newsletter. Shoot, almost a month, give or take. All right, let's engage. All right, we already know the newsletters, the video series. These are the latest videos now I created, as you can see here, the series video. So if somebody is brand new to the channel, then they can just click on there and it breaks all, now it's 90 videos in the Mission Possible series, and it breaks it down to the last compound of all the different topics that it covers. And of course, it covers everything Animal Farm and everything Drip. And then, of course, you have the separate series or mini series, the Fire series. And I updated the Garden Multifactor number 2 with new numbers, different strategies, as well as different COPs. I covered the fountain and the bridge, how to, of course, deposit Drip, trying to use the bridge. I think I bridged from Avalanche to Binance. So everything is on video, so you can see exactly what I did. Then also, I did one on earning B&B in the reservoir. Besides for helping to support the Drip floor price and by hardening it, by putting the deposit into the reservoir, you can also earn some B&B dividends, because you know it's all about the dividends, baby. Anyhow, so that's a great video. It explains the reservoir in great detail, and just to give an example of what you can earn, of course, based on how much you deposit, and the fact that you can pull the money out at any time. But of course, the goal is to store your B&B there and to help support the Drip floor price. Because now at that point, you're hardening the Drip floor price, you're supporting the protocol, you're supporting your bag, and you're supporting my bag. That's what we're doing. All right. Now, so today, the 6th of July, 23 cents, and 805 days of Drip still paying out the 1%. Current vault balance is 89,384 tokens. The TVL for the Animal Farm is now at $31,532,241.06. Larry the Pig, holding up the pig price, is at currently $22.23. And Titan is holding up the dog price, is at $3.91. Man, these prices you would have never thought we would see at all. All right, let's continue. And I guess people are still transferring the dogs and doing whatever they're doing. Like I say, it's an individual endeavor. So obviously, you can see there's 6 B&B. 1/3 went to the pig pen, 2/3 to the dog pound stakers. All right, the Drip Garden. So you can see that last time I did a newsletter was, like I said, almost a month ago, the 30th of May. So I updated the numbers. So we went from 239 to 250 to 304. So I think it got up to like 310, 315, 320-ish in total TVL or of LPs in there. And of course, it's come back down. All right, now let's get to the news. All right, first thing, the Mastermind's talking about the stuff just over my head. So I will make sure that I put the link in the description so you can listen to the first 3 quarters of it. And it was talking about the migration and all kind of different things. There's just too much. And it was too much for me to try to grasp it and try to write it down and then try to re-explain it. So it's easier for me to just put the link in there. Then you're more than welcome to listen to it. I took out what I felt was important. Okay, in regards to Drip in the DDD and the Garden. For DDD, the final test is in progress. He's supposed to have a meeting, and his goal is to hope to release it this week. Now, in reference to the Animal Farm, he said the V3 Animal Farm, the migration thing is ready to go. And he says it's going to go down next week no matter what. Whether DDD takes another month or whatever, it's going to go next week. He said he's not going to wait. He's not going to keep pausing it or, not putting it out because of DDD. Now, let's talk about the new Drip BUSD LP. I'm going to call it the farm because it's not the garden. It's the farm that we had before. Now, we already know that it was not going to be moved over to the V3 farm along with Pancake Swap. So now the mastermind said that we are going to have a new contract. You're going to deposit your drip BUSD LPs in there, and you're going to have the ability to earn BUSD. That's great. Now, no more regular compounding, no more hyper compounding, and no more super compounding. That is over and done with. Now, before we couldn't, I don't think we could do that in the farm. I don't know if you could do that in the farm. I was only the garden. So I'm not sure. We're going to have to see about that. But anyhow, now you have to put new capital in order to do a deposit. So that means if you want to go in and you want to compound, you're going to have to put some fresh capital in there. Now, how much? I don't know. It could be a quarter. It could be 50 cents. It could be $1. I don't know if it's going to be a ratio. Well, you're putting in this much. You need to have this much fresh capital. We have no idea. He didn't say. But again, understand that in order to do a compound in the new contract, you will have to deposit new, fresh capital. And like I said, there's no hyper compounding. Now, what's going to happen is once we put the LPs in there, it's going to lock the drip that we put in there into the tax vault. A portion of the BUSD will be used to buy back some drip tokens. And of course, a portion is going to be used for our dividends and everything like that. So that's what's going on with the drip BUSD LP contract. Like I said, the V3 migration is already ready. It's going to, with the variable range, order range, or the range of optimization. And I got to give it to the mastermind because I tried it on another protocol and it just drove me crazy. And I go back a day later or something. It's like, oh, you're out of range. Now you're not earning. I don't have time for that. Granted, I'm retired and everything, but I'm not going to sit here and look at the contract, go in here, try to move it over. I was like, I'll skip it, pull my funds out, and that was that. I don't have no time for that. And then the fact that he's given us the first to market, first to show ability to go in here and don't have to do that. Listen, this is what our dev does. I know if you see my shark way back in the day, what your dev do, that's what our dev does. Man, you have no idea. If you haven't tried the V3 and messing with the range of, it's like sometimes they have like 3 different categories, like beginner, advanced, and optimized or whatever. And you put it in there, it's just crazy. Anyhow, and then he discussed some of the issues with DDD and the jackpot and the all that kind of the referral and all that kind of stuff. Then the updates in the timeline. We are, like I said, the V3 is ready. It's going to begin next week. The dog pound migration has been done for 2 weeks already, and he's ready to get it on. And you know, the mastermind, he's ready to release all these different protocols he has for us. And the fact that has to keep waiting and waiting and waiting. I mean, I guess it gets frustrating because, you want to move on. And he wants the game of sweets out. He wants the piggy plinko out. He wants the scratchies out. He wants the Dow. He wants to do the reap Dow raise. It's just so many different things. And he's been having to wait because if DDD would have came out at the beginning of June when we were supposed to have it, then shoot, I don't know where we would be right now. But I mean, it is what it is. And like I said, he said it was a lot of work and, I don't know. Okay, let's continue. Again, so the timeline is still on Drip and the DDD. Like they said, they're tying up the last little bits and he hopes to release it soon. He said maybe even over the weekend. So whenever it's coming, let's go. The Dog Pound V3 update with the NFTs. He discussed that a little bit. The V3 Animal Farm Pancake Swap. We already know about that. Then, of course, the Piggy Plinko. Now, I don't know if the Piggy Plinko, because he mentioned last voice chat that he may wait until the new layer 2 for the Binance Smart Chain, which won't be until the third quarter or closer to the end of the year. So I don't know what's going to happen with Piggy Plinko. Then, of course, the Reap DAO, the NFTs, and the Tier 1 and the Tier 2, Scratchy Raise, the Scratchy Release, the Suite of Games, and, of course, the Super Chat. So we have a lot on the horizon. When and where it's going to come, it's no telling. But first things first, I just want to get DDD up and get our drip price out of the 20s. Even if it goes to $1, it stays at $1. It's just, we're getting close. to the teens, because I saw earlier this morning it was down to like 19, 20 cent. And that'd be, I don't even want to get that close. But it's all good. I'm not, I'm a drip maxi, 99% drip and 1% animal farm. So it is what it is. All right. Like I say, I'm going to put the full VC link in the description, because like I said, it was just too much stuff about the migration and all that other kind of stuff, and optimization and the ranges and the deposit. It's just over my head. I'm not here for that. We're all here to make the money, and that's why he's the mastermind, and that's why he's the dev. I'm here to reap the benefits. All right, the different community protocols. All right, and the community protocol stats. So the latest one is the stuff to res. Now we already know this is the current stuff to res protocol that's going on, and all you have to do to win this one is deposit at least 0.1 BNB, including taxes, or excluding taxes. So you need to make sure you may have to put 0.11 or whatever in there in order to enter the contest. Then the person is chosen on that following Monday, and that person wins 300 drip. So what they wanted to do is let's go ahead and increase the number of prizes. Instead of just having one prize, let's increase it to a higher number, maybe 3 or 5. So what they're doing now is they're doing the stuff to res next level fundraising. So their goal is to raise 10,000, start a new faucet in order to give out more drip tokens as rewards. And the current number is, so they are at 8,611, 4.405 out of 10,000. So they still got a way to go. If you watch my last my res video on Saturday, you saw me I sent some drip tokens to the fundraising wallet in order to help. Of course, I'm going to support. I supported the stuff to res, the first one, the blue one, back in March. And of course, I supported this one. I'm definitely going to support stuff to res, because like I say, we're supporting the protocol. We're supporting the community protocol. Well, we're supporting the protocol for drip. Then we're supporting the protocol for stuff to res, as well as supporting our bags, as a whole. So it's all good. And of course, the drip floor price. All right, now, yeah, I was asked, well, L7, I made like 5 or 6 videos on Spritz, because Spritz is really a great off ramp. Hands down, I haven't seen anything that comes close. They was like, well, why didn't you make a video about the community earn? I didn't do it because it's temporary. It only goes to the end of the month. As you can see, I have the screenshots here from me talking to Julia. So I'm like, nah. Like I said, I really, really like Spritz. It's quick, it's fast, and it's great. But the fact that it's temporary, I was like, nah, I'm just going to let it do what it's going to do, because I didn't want people going over there, and it just seems sort of iffy due to the fact that it's temporary and it's not going to continue. So what happens after the 31st? And like she says, you can still pay bills off ramp and load your Spritz card with drip. I'm like, that we had that before. So that's my reasoning on it, and it is what it is. And as always, remember that this is for informational and educational purposes only. This is never intended as any type of financial advice, because I am not a financial advisor. I'm just here providing pure edutainment, everything related to the animal farm and everything related to the drip ecosystem. And always remember the 3. Number 1, crypto is an individual endeavor. Always do what's best for you, your family, and your family's finances. Number 2, we have the best community in all of crypto. Hands down. I know there's, a lot of the rest of the tubers, say that there's a lot of dissension and everything, amongst the community. I know that when the community is called upon, the community always rises to the occasion. And, spirits may be down or whatever. Let the price spin around and start going back up. Things will get better. But I mean, it is what it is. I guess, people have their sentiments or whatever. I'm just here to take care of the legends in the community, provide the information, provide useful content, edutainment, like I call it, and do what I got to do. I don't have time for the drama, but I understand and I can see it, I can feel it, and just keep on moving because it's going to do what it's going to do anyhow. And of course, along with having the best community in crypto, we have the best dev and the best development department. And of course, number three is always increase your knowledge, reduce your risk. I mean, like I said, if in the Mission Possible series, there's 90 videos in there, and it covers every single thing you could think about Animal Farm or the drip ecosystem related. Now, if somebody's still wandering around and acting like they're too blind to see, it just makes no sense. And I don't feel for them at all because the information is at your fingertips. Even if you go to the drip wiki, whatever, you need the information is there. I know people are lazy and they don't want to. If you get wrecked, that's on you. Oh, I didn't know it was whatever. There's no excuse. Anyhow, let's end it. So as always, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And to all of my legends, engage.